So you chose to download Genshin Impact. After so long of debating whether you should download it, maybe your friend told you to get the game, and now you're stuck, you don't know what to do, and you're having a crisis. But don't you fear, Mel and Alex is here to save the day. In this video, I've compiled the most efficient and beautiful tips for you in order to maximize how good you are at this game. Without making you wait further, let's get it straight into the guide. If you get characters that you don't like or aren't even that good, you should probably consider re-rolling your account. If you don't know what that is just making a brand new account in order to get better characters from your wishes. That's really it. When you get a new character, you're probably going to want to know if they're good or not. Now, to save you 14 hours of searching among websites that try to teach you even though they know nothing about the fucking game, save you that time, I'm going to tell you the best websites to use for all your Genshin information real quick. Game8 is a website filled to the brim with information about Genshin Impact, from tier lists to exploration guides to even build guides to tell you what weapons and what artifacts you should use on every single character. This website is everything, and 9 times out of 10 it is updated. If you're looking to see purely how to build a character and the most optimum build, kachingmains.com is probably your best next option. From quick guides and long guides, it has pretty much everything you need to know about characters, and it even tells you when it was last updated, which is very good for quality of life. However, on Kaching Mains, most of the time the quick guide will be better updated than the extended guide. But you see on Who Tells It as an exemption, the extended guide is actually more updated than the quick guide. Now, to understand the wishing system, you have to know the difference between these two banners, this banner, and this banner. On character banners and the standard banner, you can expect to get a 5-star at around 70 to 90 pulls, with every wish after 70 increasing that chance for both this banner and this banner. Of course, it is possible to get characters early, but the chances are very slim. Now, when you're progressing up wishes, you really have to know that the wishes from this one don't carry over to this one, or this one. Same way as with this one. Obviously, these are characters, so they carry on to each other, but this one does not carry over this one or this one. So basically, these all banners have different pity systems. These all have their own unique progress. And as you can see, these two use these wishes called Acquaint Fates, which can only be used on these two banners. And these three all use Intertwined Fates, which are like the better ones, quote unquote. But these two, they will share pity. These two will share pity and progress, whereas this is its own individual pity. The key thing about the weapon banner is that it takes 80 wishes instead of 90 to guarantee yourself a 5-star. Now, every banner has its own 50-50 system. Now, what that is basically is, as you can see, we have the Raiden Shogun here and Yoimiya are the featured characters of this banner. But when it's your first time getting a 5-star and the previous one wasn't a standard, there is a 50% chance that you're either going to get the character on the banner or one of the limited characters here if you lose that 50-50 chance. And these tend to be dramatically worse than what you can get on the limited banners. Now, if you do lose that 50-50, there's no reason to worry, because when your last 5-star character on this banner was a standard one, the next character is guaranteed to be the character you want it to be. Now, there is a similar system to this on the weapon banner. As you can see, it requires 2 losses in order to get your desired weapon after that. But the key detail with this is that this resets after every banner. So you can't stack this the same way you can. If you lose your 50-50 on this, you can just wait until you get another character, and then it will be guaranteed to be limited no matter what. With this banner, these points reset after every banner, so just keep that in mind. Obviously, on the standard banner, there's no system like this. You just, when you get a 5-star, it's just randomly one of these and some other ones that are locked behind here. Characters have only got 2 different rarities, and that is 4 stars and 5 stars. These can be differentiated from the colours and the little background they have. So all these golden characters are 5-star characters, whereas all the characters with the purple background are 4 stars. Now, there is a large difference between 4 stars and 5-star characters, but what you can expect is that most 5-star characters are going to be doing the most damage for you, and the 4-star characters are probably going to be the ones amplifying that damage. But there are some 5-stars that do amazing potential at damage upgrades. Weapons go from white, green, blue, purple, and golden. Their rarity is indicated by the amount of stars on the icon. So as you can see, this is a 1-star weapon. I don't have any 2-star weapons. but this is a 3-star weapon, and this is a 4-star, also indicated with a purple background. And of course we've got the best 5-star weapons. Now the main difference in all of these weapon types is their strength. Typically you're never going to want to use a grey or green weapon. Typically you want to be on the hunt for 4-star weapons. Some 3-star weapons can work on some characters, but I don't really recommend it. Typically on a character you're going to want to use a 4 or a 5-star weapon. So for a quick summary, purple means 4-star and golden means 5-star. This can also be seen when you're wishing. When the wish stays blue, it means it's a 3-star. When the wish turns purple, it means it's 4-star. And if you're lucky enough to get a gold really quickly, then it means you've scored yourself a 5-star character. When you start playing Genshin Impact, you are going to receive multiple copies of the same weapon eventually, and you're going to be really tempted to refine it. If you're really new to the game, I would really advise against refining weapons. This is because if a weapon is really good and you don't have really any other weapon to substitute it, that would only mean that only one of your characters can carry that weapon, and let's say you're using 2 pole arms that need the same weapon, it wouldn't work that great. Obviously when you go up, you're going to want to refine your weapons, absolutely, especially like Favalance and Dragon's Bane. These two are obviously weapons you're going to want to refine, just because it increases the substats amazingly, and with Favalance at R1, it is kind of bad. When you first unlock the wishing ability, you may feel inclined to wish on the beginner's banner, as to some people it is the obvious choice as it is for beginners and it is literally discounted, so people will see this as a free temple. Well, this is actually wrong, and you could cost yourself a 5-star character and pity on a bear banner by not wishing on this. Instead, you want to use those temples, the standard banner, instead of the beginner banner, as this banner has a significantly more amount of 4 stars, and on this banner there's a chance that Noelle is the only 4-star you'll get, and she's very mediocre. And that's not all, but the pity from this banner does not carry over to this one, meaning that you are 20 wishes behind of getting a 5-star by just wishing on the wrong banner. It is not good, I don't recommend it. So now you might look at me and say, how do I get wishes then? And there are hundreds of ways to make Prima Gems in this game. Okay, maybe not hundreds, but eventually I will make a guide on how to get them in the best ways possible, but to keep it short. So if you're interested in seeing that, please subscribe, because I'm trying to drop the best quality content for everyone here. So if you're interested in seeing a long form explanation and just a more detailed and more analytical comprehension of how to get Prima Gems, stick around on my channel, but right now I'll give you some easy quick tips. Prima Gems are rewarded from predominantly doing quests, whether that is Archon, Story, or World quests, or Hangout events. All of these quests will give you Prima Gems, and Archon quests, upon completing them, will give you an extra wish. As you can see here, upon completing every single Archon quest, you get a wish and some very valuable materials. So just keep that in mind, that your Archon quests are probably your best source of Prima Gems. So with the basics out of the way, let's go on to some other ways to make Prima Gems. Any mid to late game player will probably want me publicly executed for adding the Spiral Abyss on a beginner's guide, but hear me out. If you're a new player, pretty early on you will unlock this area of the map, which is the Spiral Abyss. You get to it from a place over here, and you get teleported over to here. Now a key thing that I must warn you with the Spiral Abyss is a side progression of Genshin Impact, as it isn't the traditional levels, but you go up these floors every single time. But you go up these floors, and obviously the game gets harder as you go on. To me, the Spiral Abyss is evidence that your characters are getting stronger over time. Now, a lot of people say leave the Spiral Abyss until like you're done with the early game, until like you're the mid and late game, which I don't see the issue with. If you wish to do that, if you don't feel forced to do the Spiral Abyss, with any decent old team, as a new player, you can probably clear the first 3 floors. Now for completing floor 3 of Spiral Abyss completely, you earn Zhangling as a character, and she is one of the best 4-stars in the whole entire game. And if she's just given out free just like that for completing the Abyss. So get your targets on the Spiral Abyss and get yourself Zhangling early so you can level her up as fast as possible. The Spiral Abyss is an absolute huge way of making Prima Gems, with every 3 stars on the first 8 floors giving you 100 Prima Gems, and their own reward of Mora. Because if you get 300 from each of these, that is a lot of Primogems in the end to have all to yourself. But it will take you a long time to get up to these. However, this is not really a sustainable way of making Primogems, as you can see on the first 1 to 8 floors. Once you claim the rewards, there's no going back. You can't do anything to claim them again. But once you reach the mid to late game, you can start attempting the floors 9 to 12. Now these floors reset every 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure. And they all give 50 Primogems every 3 stars. So you can get a nice sum of Primogems just for beating this. It's 600 in total for 436 stars. But you won't be in this area at all in the early game. So just keep this in the back of your mind. Don't really focus on it. These will unlock when you are adventure rank 12. These daily commissions are going to be your main source of leveling up, as they do provide a massive amount of adventure XP and just materials overall. So you never ever want to be skipping your daily commissions. You never want to skip daily commissions because they are your way of maintaining resources and Primogems and just everything. Oculi can be found in every single region of the game. They are used to level up the statues of the 7 located around the whole map, and each having their own rewards. As a newer player, you are going to focus on getting all the Oculus in Mondstadt and in Leeway, as getting those will increase your stamina. Now in my opinion, Oculi are a #1 priority in Genshin Impact above a lot of other things, because you can get Primogems, other rewards, and you know, the stamina is the greatest thing. A lot of people may see it as a long grind, and in some cases it really is, but it is a grind you do once and you don't have to do it again and you're pretty much done. Now in the other regions, collecting Oculus is less useful, as it only gives you Traveler Constellations. Only Mondstadt and Leeway can increase your stamina, so keep that in mind. My best advice is to watch a video about a farming route. Shrines of Depths are these shrines that are located around the map in every single region that require a key to open. This key can be unlocked through quests and upgrading the statue of the 7 in that specific region. And of course, opening each one gives you a chest with 40 Primogems and a lot of materials. Some of these can even include 4-star artifacts, which can be very rare as a very early gameplay. So when you get one of these keys, make sure it's not just sitting in your inventory. Look on the map, look on something, and find one of the shrines. This is probably the most important tip I'll tell you today, so listen up. When you first start Genshin Impact, you will be given a lot of resin. Resin is used to farm things like character materials and artifacts and weapon materials, so it is a very important resource. You will also get a lot of fragile resins. Especially if you're early game, you will gain a lot of fragile resins, and these fragile resins will replenish your resin by 60 each. So it might be very tempting to just use them all as soon as you get them, but that is a very big mistake. If you're a new player, you're not going to want to use them until you've reached AR 45. This is because before that rank, all the best stuff is locked behind a level wall, so you'll be essentially wasting your resin if you spend it all before you can get the best ones. So just stick to using the normal resin, 160 every day, which will be enough if you're a starter player. So the whole point of this tip is only use the free resin, never use the fragile resin until you're level 45. And this brings us to the finale of my video today. Now this brings us to the finale of the video for today, and I want to say thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. I spent so much time making this video, it is silly. I've never made a longer one in my life, but I have tons of bigger and better projects on the way. I just really need to get stuff done, so I can't make my videos as long as I'd wish. But as always, thanks for listening to me, app, and I hope you will have an amazing day. And if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe and comment. And of course, follow the Twitch in the description. Have all of you an amazing evening. Meow.